A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to discuss about the chapter respiration in plants. Or in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the glycolysis process. Some of the points of the glycolysis we have already discussed in previous class, or what is the products actually formed during the glycolysis process. We have discussed in previous class. Now, before going to start with the another step of the respiration, cellular respiration, first as the previous class contained, then we proceed to the today's topic. In previous class we have discussed about the glycolysis process, where this is the glycolysis process where we have discussed about that the 10-step process. Glycolysis process. Now in the glycolysis, this is the 10-step process. 10-step process, and product is pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid. Product is pyruvic acid. Product is pyruvic acid, and net gain of ATP is equal to 2, and NADH plus H plus is equal to 2 gets inside. So this is the summary of glycolysis process. This is a where glycolysis is a partial combustion of carbohydrate. In the partial combustion of carbohydrate, there is no decarboxylation process. That means no one carbon dioxide in release in the form of carbon dioxide. This is the reaction where only the breakdown or splitting of water molecule only takes place. Splitting of glucose molecule only takes place during the glycolysis process. Breakdown of glucose molecule which carried out in the cytoplasm. So this is the reaction. Now let us move to the PPT. Our PPT, what we are going to discuss about step by step. So here is given the glycolysis process carried out in the cytosol of the cytoplasm outside of the mitochondria. Because in the mitochondria only the aerobic respiration just takes place in the presence of oxygen only. In the presence of oxygen only, the glycolysis process, pyruvic acid, the further breakdown of pyruvic acid done inside the mitochondria. Here, the glucose with the help of 2 ATP molecules converts glucose with the help of 2 ATP molecules eventually release 4 ATP molecules for a net gain of 2 ATP molecules. So here is the summary of this reaction. That is C6H12, which shows the carbohydrate plus 2 NAD plus inorganic phosphate 2 or NADP plus 2, and there will be conversion of 2-pyruvic acid, formation of 2-pyruvic acid and 2-NADH or 2-ATP. This is the reaction of glycolysis overall. Now here is the 10-step process. Now let us discuss about the 10-step process of the glycolysis. Now, during the glycolysis process, the two molecule of 3 carbon prepare during the process. During the process. So here is the phosphoglyceraldehyde, which consists of 3 carbon converted into 3 carbon containing, or here the phosphate is present, so 1 ADP from here attached to the phosphate to form ATP, and there will be again the 1 ADP again attached to the phosphate to form the ATP molecule. So this is the overall reaction. Now let us discuss about the 10-step process, where how the ATP gets synthesized or NADPH gets synthesized in the process. Now, in the glycolysis process, first we are taking sucrose molecule. That is the breakdown of sucrose molecule into glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose by the enzyme invertase. Now glucose undergoes into the activation by the enzyme hexokinase or form the glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate. Then there will be formation of, in the presence of enzyme isomerase, there will be formation of fructose 6-phosphate. Fructose 6-phosphate. Then fructose 6-phosphate. Here it is hexokinase use ATP. Rather than forming ATP, the glycolysis involve the use of ATP for the activation of glucose molecules. So that's why the phosphate is utilized in the formation of glucose 6-phosphate. Now here is again the phosphate group is utilized from the ADP form. ADP will form, and there will be formation of again fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. So it that is formed. fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Now fructose 1,6-phosphate undergoes in the partially breakdown. Fructose in 1,6-bisphosphate undergoes in breakdown to form tripose phosphate. Tripose phosphate. Triose phosphate will form. Now, and also there will be formation of dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Dihydroxyacetone. Then triose phosphate converted into the glycerol aldehyde 3-phosphate. Yeah, phosphoglycerol aldehyde, PGAL. Phosphoglycerol aldehyde will form again from the in this step there is a formation of synthesis of the NADH plus from the NAD plus molecule. NADH plus from the NAD plus molecule. Now again here is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, here is sixth step. Again in this step the ATP gets synthesized where ATP triose phosphate is the PGAL, phosphoglycerol aldehyde triphosphate. Here will be formation of the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerol aldehyde. Here will be formation of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerol aldehyde. So 2 phosphate are present. 1,3-bisphosphoglycerol aldehyde. Glycerol aldehyde. ATP use 1,3-bisphospho undergoes in the ATP synthesis. ATP synthesized from the 1 phosphate is used. Now 3-phosphoglycerate will form. Glycerate will form, and from the 3-phosphoglycerate the 2-phosphoglyceric acid or glycerate will form. From 2-PEP phosphoenol pyruvate or from phosphoenol pyruvate in the 9th step. Again ATP release, or there will be synthesis of again ATP molecule. Now we are going to use next phase. Here is 3-phosphoglycerate to the synthesis of 2-phosphoglycerate. Then phosphoenol pyruvate, PEP also said to be phosphoenol pyruvate will form, and from the phosphoenol pyruvate by the removal of one water molecule ATP get formed, phosphoenol pyruvate, and finally pyruvic acid is the end product of the glycolysis. Here is the two molecules of all molecules are two in number. Here is again two molecule of all these components will form, compounds will form in the glycolysis process. That's why 2 ATP release in this step and 2 ATP release in this step also, 2 ATP again. So that's why we are calculating 4 ATP molecules synthesized or released during the glycolysis process. Now let us move to the glycolysis process. What the lines are saying, these are the first step is the formation of molecule glucose in the half, producing 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, that 3 carbon containing molecule only. Now second is the NAD plus carries 1 electron, electron carrier molecule which accept 4 high energetic electrons and 2 H plus, and thus synthesize NADH plus H plus or NADH2 molecule of NADH. So 2 molecule of NADH. So how many ATP or how many proton generally used? So 2 protons and 4 electrons used for the synthesis of for the reduction of NAD plus into NADH molecule. So this is the steps involved in the synthesis of NAD plus molecule. Now next is glycolysis is fast process which is only takes place in anaerobic condition. That means oxygen is not involved during the process. However, if a cell generates large amount of ATP from the glycolysis, it can run into problems. The cells available NAD plus molecule become filled up with electrons. The glycolysis shuts down, cannot proceed without available of NAD plus molecule or ATP production stops. So NAD plus is important for the carrying of electron which is released during the breakdown of carbon-carbon bond of the glucose molecule. Hence only the 4 carbon release during the 4 carbon is accepted by the NAD plus molecule, which reduce to form NADH plus H plus of and 2 hydrogen is required for the synthesis of NADH molecule. Now in the glycolysis process, that is the aim of the reaction. Those organisms which only show the anaerobic respiration or in the anaerobic respiration only shows the glycolysis process, because either they don't have the cell mitochondria or and another is if the condition is anaerobic, that means oxygen they are surviving in lack of oxygen, so this is the process of the glycolysis process. Now student, from this line it is clear that NAD plus is required for the synthesis of NAD H plus H plus. So that's why if NAD plus is not present in the medium, so overall the ATP cannot be synthesized from the glycolysis process. So that is the reaction through which ATP gets synthesized, or the compound, the ATP gets synthesized from the glycolysis process. So that's why it is important to understand how the most of the conditions favors the glycolysis process. First is oxygen should be absent, or there is no need for the oxygen for the glycolysis process. Oxygen only splits in or breaks into two equal half to produce three carbon containing two molecule of three carbon containing molecule pyruvic acid. Or during the synthesis of pyruvic acid, the two net gain of only 2 ATP, 2 NADH gets synthesized, which undergoes in the electron transport system for the synthesis of ATP molecule. So here is overall about the glycolysis process. Now let us discuss about the aerobic, which we will discuss in the next class, aerobic reaction. But why it is differ from the aerobic reaction, we are going to discuss about that one. Okay, why it is different from or differ from the aerobic respiration. First is that the glycolysis evolved before the other stages of the cellular respiration. Other stages need oxygen. So, if the oxygen is not available, so at that condition, at that condition, two organism can synthesize ATP molecule. That is the two ATP molecule in our cells. RBC is like in the anaerobic, that there is also an anaerobic condition where the 2 molecule of ATP gets synthesized. So it is important to understand why only 2 ATP, why the RBC will not require the oxygen, or because most of the require the aerobic respiration, because most of the cell organelle undergoes in degeneration. That's why this is the reason why only the 2 ATP molecule synthesized by the RBC, because that is the enough for their metabolic reaction. That is the enough. 2 ATP are enough for the RBC molecule for fulfilling the energy which is required by the RBC. That's why during the anaerobic condition, even if the mitochondria is not present, at that time the cell organelle may or different type of cell may synthesize at least 2 molecule of ATP. So that's why this is the reaction. Now, no oxygen in Earth's atmosphere when life first evolved about 3.5 to 4 billion years ago. So at that time also life or oxygen is not present. So at that time also the living organism is still survive during the anaerobic respiration without oxygen. That is, they can do anaerobic respiration. That's why the anaerobic bacteria can survive, because of the 2 ATP still they are forming in the absence of mitochondria too, in the absence of oxygen too. So that's why. Now next important thing is that in the photosynthetic bacteria, they can produce oxygen so that for the aerobic organism, so that aerobic organism can produce, can respire in the presence of oxygen or do aerobic respiration. So it is important to know that even on the earth, some of the bacteria are of such type that can produce, photosynthesize or produce the oxygen by the photosynthesis process. Now, this is the structure of mitochondria. We will discuss it in next class. So student, I hope you like this video about the glycolysis process, or which is related with the anaerobic respiration. Or in next class we will discuss about the aerobic respiration or structure of mitochondria or formation of acetyl coenzyme A. All such topic we will discuss in next class. So student, thank you for listening and watching me.